Yes, this is the video. This thing is actually heavy. It weighs about, I don't know, 5-6 pounds. Let's begin the video. What's up guys, it's Danny, and today I'm going to be showing you what I carry in my camera bag today. It's actually my dad's camera bag, but I mean, it's fine. It's my family's camera bag, I guess, and this is the thing we take on trips and stuff like that. And I'm going to be showing you like what we carry, like the camera, the lenses, the filters, everything like that. So it's going to be a fun day. Without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, let's talk about this bag. It is a Canon Rebel bag, which is pretty cool. It has this little carrying string right here. My dad got this for about $24 in a garage sale. Can you believe that? A garage sale. So we'll start off with like the compartments. So you got like a little, I guess you got a little side compartment here, which is pretty cool. But you got another compartment back here for like keeping papers, I guess you can call it. Nothing in here. And then over here you got another extra little thing right here. So for keeping stuff, my dad has this. I'll show you like later. And then let's just close that up. And then you got your front one, which is like where all the actual stuff carry. And then you got little pockets here for like keeping batteries, stuff like that. And then you actually get to the, and then you got another extra compartment up here, which is where we have an extra. We always carry an extra SD card slot, 16 gigabytes here, and then we have a USB flash drive cover up, so like like the actual thing doesn't get damaged here. And then that's about it. We close that up, and that's the top compartment there. And then we go to the camera stuff, which is here. This is the Canon Rebel, EOS Rebel T5i. That got this back like 6 years ago, or 7 years ago. You got this for like this is like the first ever Canon camera to have a touchscreen. So you light it up, and you actually can touch the controls here. It's like the first thing to ever have a touchscreen here, which is pretty cool. So back then was a big deal. It is a 3-inch display. It is pretty cool too. I actually like it a lot. And the Canon and the lens here is an 18 to 55 millimeter lens. I think it's f1.8 aperture, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's Canon zoom lens. It is the EFS lens, and then you got stabilizer on, you got autofocus, and it works pretty well. It's 18 to 55 millimeters, and then for the camera here, you have you got little microphones up here, you got the microphones up top there, and then you have your little mount for mounting on stuff, which I'll show you later. Then you got your little you got your mini HDMI out for like output and doing like for like your monitor, stuff like that for video recording. And then you have your microphone here. Let me just get this mic here, right? For plugging in microphone, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And then going over here, you got your things to take off the lens. You got the actual lens in there. It's pretty cool. You got your EOS Rebel T5i. You got the Canon logo right there. You got the shutter button. You got the ISO or whatever you want, like control. And then right here, you got your actual controls here. You have your let me just see here. You have the creative audio, portrait, landscape, intelligence, flash off, stuff like that, the sports mode, the portrait mode, the landscape mode, the close-up subjects, everything here. That's pretty cool. You can also connect to a TV using the HDMI, which is pretty cool. And then this thing has the Canon Smart HDR, which works pretty well. Sometimes it gets a little overexposed, a little bit too much, but still works fairly well. And you have you got your delete buttons right over here, which is pretty good. That is the actual camera. The lens here, let me just skip the lens here. And this is actually how the camera looks. Let me just skip the cover for this lens. So here's the cover. And this is the 18 megapixel sensors, and this thing is fairly built where I like this kind of design. Now, like Canon cameras now have a little bit, like a little more steep design. I actually like this because that means you got a bigger flash, which is pretty cool. And then you have this, and then you have your this like little leather grip, so it looks fairly well. So it looks a pretty compact camera. My hand can actually palm this. It's pretty cool. And then this is really good for vlogging and other stuff like that. So you can just hold it up like this with the lens here. Let's just put the lens right here like this, and it'll work fairly well. So this is a really nice compact camera. It has been through a lot recently. It has stood the test of time. So we just put that lens back on. And then what other stuff do we have in our camera? Here, let me see. We have this thing. We have this X-Tech thing for carrying one of our telephoto cameras, which is there's the telephoto camera. There's the Canon EOS Rebel. There's the EF lens, the zoom lens. There's the 75 to 100 to not to 100 to 300 millimeter lens. This thing is massive. You make like this little how do you call it, little zoom sound when you open it up. It's pretty dope. And then let me just put it on the camera so I can show you how it looks. It is super ginormous. It is also pretty cool. My dad uses this to like take me photos when I'm like playing soccer or stuff like that, and like sports. Which is pretty cool. He used to have the that little zoom lens over there. Let me just get this thing on. So my dad would take photos with me, like with this huge lens. This thing looks like an elephant trunk. Actually, look at it. It looks super huge. This thing has super huge things. It is actually so big that like if you're taking a close up, there's like a little macro, I guess you could call it, because like this thing is super huge. So like when you actually focus on something, like here, the 300 millimeters actually, this thing actually adjusts smartly. So look, just makes a sound. So like it actually adjusts. So see, and it actually moves, physically moves. So that I can adjust the subject. See? It moves, which is pretty cool. You got extra control ring for like, for like focus, which is pretty cool. Extra control ring for focusing there, which is pretty cool. You got this, so you can it actually moves, physically moves, which is pretty cool. Got all your different modes. You got 200, 130, 100, and then you got your 300 millimeters, which is pretty cool. This thing takes great shots. You're gonna be posting some shots on the picture-in-picture so you guys can see how good they look. Look really good. And then what else we have in the camera bag? Oh yeah, you have this X-Tech filter, which is the ultraviolet filter. We rarely even use filters, so I'm not even sure why this is here, but I guess we use it. This thing works. We haven't used this in a long time, but we don't even use it. So there's that there too. So you have that for like the little filter thingy there. Also we have another lens cover. We have 2 of these for the cameras, and then let me see what else we have. Also we have some Canon battery chargers, which we always carry. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I forgot how many watts this is. I'm not sure it says 70 watts. Is it? And then you have the actual batteries of the Canon camera, which is actually that one. So here it is. It is a 1,750 milliampere battery with 13 watts of power, and then it is for Canon LPE8 battery. It is a lithium. I guess that's what you say. Battery. This thing works pretty well. The battery life on this Canon camera works fairly well. It's about like we don't really shoot video, and for some reason the video function doesn't really work anymore. So I don't even use it for anymore. I use an iPhone, and so here you got your the battery life on this thing works fairly well. It's about 2 hours, 3 hours. With just taking photos, just plain photos, and this thing usually lasts us about 5 days. If you really use it like half an hour here for taking cool photos or stuff like that. And so like the battery life here is really good. It has the ISO on it, and this thing works really well. It works fairly good. The battery life works really well. So the battery compartment here is down here. So you just open this up. There you go. So it's down here. So that's where the battery is. You open it up, get this thing out, and here is the battery. It's like a 1,120 milliampere battery. This is that one. This one is a 1,700. So battery life here is pretty good. You can actually see a difference between this one and that one. So this is the one it came with. My dad bought this extra one, so you can actually see the difference, but not that much. So you strap it on, turn it on, this thing is good to go. So you got that too. And then you have then what else we have here? We have not that much anymore. You got this cover for like the actual lens, like actual camera, physical camera here. And we got this thing, which is pretty dope. So this thing here, you have I'm not even sure how you use this. I'm pretty sure this is battery operating, but I'm not even sure. But like we use like an extra flash, like a more powerful flash like the one you have here, and just show you the flash on the camera, how big it is. Just show you. That's how the flash is. And the HDR here is a little bit overexposed sometimes. Like Canon's HDR, it's pretty good, but sometimes it's overexposed. You need to adjust it a little bit. So you also have that. So you gotta be careful with that. And then what else is there? And then you have your I was also saying for the thing here, this thing is like an extra flash, as I said before. So you mount it on here, and then you got your ultimate little camera. It has a better flash. I'm not sure how to do it here. This thing doesn't have like any battery, so I'm not even sure how to use it, but still it works fairly well. This is like a bigger flash right here, and you mount it on, and then you got your ultimate camera. See, boom, cool stuff. You got that there, so that is pretty cool. And just take this off. Kind of annoying. There you go. So now you got that, and then after we have this little mini HDMI, USB to HDMI output. So this little mini HDMI, you turn this camera on, you take this off, and then you have your mini HDMI. You plug this in. You just get this thing in. Like so, your mini HDMI port to the USB port. For some reason, it didn't even work. No idea why, but still, it does that. And then you have let's see what other stuff you have here. On the round things here, you don't have really else. Oh yeah, you also have this thing, which I have literally no idea what this thing is for. I'm pretty sure like another color filter. I guess you could say it's like this thing, and you just get this off. Okay. I guess it's this thing here. I don't know what this is, but I guess like a little adapter, I guess. But still looks pretty cool. And then you also have that there, and that's about it for the camera bag. Nothing anything that much, but still it's like our little things here. You have that there, you put the back of the camera bag in there. It's good to go, and this bag it's actually pretty good. If we only want to carry the battery, the camera, and the battery, and this lens, we use a small camera, which is about smaller than this spot. Like I say, probably about like this big, and it has just it can store the camera and an extra lens, and so that is pretty good. We'll use that. And then yeah, the rest of the video, we just have the camera here. You have the zoom lens. You see that adjusts manually, so it's pretty cool. Yes. And let me just talk a little bit about the Canon camera, how good this thing does. So this thing is pretty good. It shoots 1080p video, and the only actual video footage I have of it left is me using this as a camera, using the Phantom Vision versus the Vapor 3 review, not Vapor 3, the Vapor 11 review that you can watch over there with the eye, hopefully. And so I don't have really much that video footage from here, but for what I can see, this thing does a really good job. And this thing has 18 megapixel photos, 18.1 megapixels with a smart HDR from Canon, which is pretty cool. And then we always have this mostly in creative audio. Either we have this creative audio or portrait mode or just flash off. And this thing does have a night mode. And night mode photos turn out pretty well too. But so this thing works really well. I kind of like this style. It's kind of a nice compact camera, so as you can see me vlogging with this. Look pretty cool. But this thing, this huge, as you call it, this thing is just too big for this thing. Just huge. Look at this. I literally have to adjust because it's so big. It has to adjust. It is pretty dope here. And we always have this on almost like the max setting for background blur, so that's what we want. And I think does a pretty good job with the background blur. That's really good. It's like a little, so like with the camera suit here, it's like they just like blur out the background. As the more farther it is, the more blurry it is. The more closer you are, the less blurry it is. So like for the person, it's like the closest you have, it's not blurry. But the farther you are, the more blurry it gets. So you have that on the Canon. That's what cameras are supposed to do. And yeah, we've had this for 7 years, so it's been a pretty good camera. We've had it a lot, and I think it's pretty good. You have the autofocus here. The closest thing you can get is about, I believe, is about like 4 feet. Yeah, it's 4 feet because I'm not going like right here. Yeah, it's not focusing. Pretty sure it's about 4 feet. So the closest you can get. It's like almost like a macro camera for long distance like that. So it has to focus. It's super big. So yeah. The flash is pretty good too. It's nice and bright, and for night photos, it's for close-up subjects. They're about like 6 feet away. This thing does excellent with the flash. So that's all we have on our camera bag. A review of this Canon camera will be coming up soon. I have 4 more videos. I'm going to be doing the iPhone SE review 1 year later. It's going to be pretty cool. Watch that if you want to stick around for that. In the next, I have like 4 new videos coming up, and that will be probably like in the next week and a half or so. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be like a fun time filming these videos. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.